case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In 1967, in Crisci v. Security Insurance, the Supreme Court of California established a principle that still holds true today. Insurance companies owe a duty of good faith and ought to put the best interests of their insured clients at heart when determining settlement cases. If shown to refuse a settlement without reasonable basis, they can be deemed accountable for resulting damages. At the heart of this case was Mrs. Crisci, who found herself at the sharp end of her insurance provider's breach of good faith. She was the defendant in a personal injury lawsuit filed by her tenants, the DeMaries, following a staircase accident at her apartment building. Security Insurance, her provider, turned a blind eye to an equitable settlement offer, offering a minimal compensation amount instead. This turn of events compelled Mrs. Crisci to accept a larger settlement out of pocket, leading her to sue Security Insurance for their breach of good faith and fair dealing. The lower court initially awarded Mrs. Crisci $91,000 plus interest for the personal injury judgment she suffered, and another $25,000 for mental anguish, an outcome Security Insurance appealed against. The DeMaries maintained that Mrs. Crisci's negligence in stair maintenance and inspection caused the accident, leading to their physical injuries and triggering a severe bout of psychosis in Mrs. DeMare. Despite the disagreement between mental health professionals over the exact cause of Mrs. DeMare's psychosis, the court concluded that Security Insurance had neglected its duty to adequately protect and consider the interests of their client, Mrs. Crisci. Despite the critiques of previous case, Crisci v. Farmers Inns Group, the court ruled that Security Insurance pay Mrs. Crisci the full $91,000 plus interest for physical damages and $25,000 for mental suffering, thus cementing that defensive duty to settle can encompass tort cases.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.